Hey guys, in this video I want to go over how I teach how to get into Trikonasana. I think the way I teach it, this is a different entry into triangle. One, it keeps the lower back healthy. It keeps the lower back from any discomfort. Two, it allows me to actually get deeper into the hamstring and more length through the spine. All right, so traditionally traditionally Trikonasana triangle is taught heel to heel alignment, right toes kind of straight forward, maybe a little bit out, a little bit in. And then it's just reaching forward with this front hand until you can't reach anymore, and then just coming down. And then the right arm reaches high. And as you can see right here, my spine is rounding. I got a lot of collapsing here. Even if I try to tend to pull the ribs towards the hip, I have to come way up, and now I'm not feeling anything in the hamstring. And when I'm here, I can't fold any deeper because of the limitations in my spine, and I'm not really feeling anything in my hamstring. And I'm feeling compression on the left side of my lower back, right? So the adjustments I've made and what I've been able to find from my own personal practice and for my students is this is way more comfortable to get in a triangle, it's way safer on the low back, and it allows you to get deeper into the pose. So the way you do it, right? You come in just as you normally would, right about a leg's distance between the heels, maybe a little bit wider, a little bit longer, whatever is more comfortable. And then I'm gonna take my right toes or my back toes more at warrior one. It can still be heel to heel alignment, it can be a little bit wider hip width, but I'm gonna turn my toes towards the upper right corner, or in this case it's the upper right corner of the mat. I'm gonna take my left hip, drop back, my right hip forward and down. It's like as if I'm coming into pyramid pose, for example. I'm trying to square my hips off, but I'm not squaring my hips off. I'm going until my hips stop moving, and then I'm gonna stop moving. Right? I'm gonna lift my hip points up. I'm gonna press through the back foot, squeeze the right quad, squeeze the back glute, lift my chest up, keeping my hands at my hips. I'm gonna slowly start to fold to the inside of my front leg. And then when I can't fold anymore, or when I can get my left hand outside the foot on a block or on the mat. Right? And the reason for outside versus inside is when I roll open, if I'm leaning forward here, I'm forward bending. When I'm here, I'm extending. And I like to kind of balance. We do enough forward folding. I like to default and always have my hand to the outside. But from here, I'm going to re-lengthen my heart forward. I'm going to bend my left knee a little bit, so my front knee a little bit. I'm going to press the ball of the foot down, and I'm going to pull it back. My hamstring's now engaged. And with the hamstring engaged, I'm able to, one, strengthen it. Two, I'm helping prevent injury in that hamstring from overstretching. And then the last one is I get more control with my quad by activating my hamstring. So now I can squeeze my left quad, work it a little bit straighter in the leg. Reach the heart forward, find this length in the spine. Now roll my right hip open until it stops. This hip open until it stops. Once it stops moving, I stop moving my hips and I just reach my right arm up. Right, and you can see I have more length on the lower ribs. I'm able to reach longer through the chest, finding more length in the spine. I'm getting a nice deep stretch to my hamstring. My right hip is feeling a little bit of a stretch too, whereas when I'm here, I don't really get any of that. So again, how I teach this. I have the left toes facing forward, or front toes facing forward. My back foot turns at a 45-degree angle or sharper, right? More like warrior one. Back hip forward and down, front hip, so in this case, left hip back until they stop. Hip points lift up so I can find length in the spine. Press to the outside of this right foot. Fold to the inside of my left leg. Left hand outside the mat, on the mat or on the block. So outside the foot on the mat or on the block. Re-lengthen the heart forward. Bend my left knee. Press the ball of the foot down. Pull it back. Hamstrings now engaged. Squeeze the left quad. Leg straightens out. Now I lengthen my heart forward. Roll my right hip open until it stops. Once it stops moving, I'm not going to move it any further. And then I'm going to reach my right arm high. Lower ribs pulling in. I'm drawing my right ribs towards left, my right ribs towards right hip towards right ribs to kind of give me this length through here. If I feel anything, any discomfort in the left side of my low back with my left leg forward, I'm going to take this right hip, roll it down until there's no longer pain in the left side of my lower back. Because when I roll it open, I'm compressing the left side. When I close it off, I'm opening up the left side a little bit. So you'll find it's just a minor movement, and once you hit that spot, you're going to feel that pain disappear. All right, so that's how I take triangle, right? Deeper stretch to the hamstrings, more length in the spine, more stretch to the outer hip, safer on the low back, right? So we're not here anymore. We're lengthen, pull the heel, ball the foot back, right hip open, right arm up. And the reason why I keep the hand at the hip is because when the arm's extended here, right, it's just more leverage to kind of maybe potentially pull on my lower back, okay? Give that a try. Try it out in your own practice, right? I found it very helpful. My students have found it very helpful. It makes triangle actually a comfortable pose because this, not very comfortable. This, now I'm feeling good, okay? Give it a try. Namaste.